Hey guys, this is Cam315 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another Classroom of the Elite Season 2, Episode 2 review for you guys. As this week's episode was very eventful, very satisfying for once. Ryuen gets his comeuppance and gets something to him, and our boy Ayanokji comes in, saves the day, saves our girl Kay, and shows Ryuen what true fear can really be. But ultimately, this was a really damn good episode. Very much enjoyed this episode. Again, episode starts off with, Ryuen still torturing Kay and everything, just trying to get her to break. And pretty much was using the whole thing as like the mastermind, he's not coming to save you. He's not coming to save you. He's pretty much betrayed you and he's been using you this entire freaking time. And that comes up as a shock to Kariwazawa. But the thing is, she didn't break. And, at first she was thinking within herself, like, should I, will this really end? But she ultimately doesn't, because she has belief in what she has belief in Ayanoji, so she's not gonna tell him, even if it comes to the point that she feels like he's not gonna come save her. But obviously, you have to wonder, like, is he going to show up? Is he going to help her? Is he going to save her? And that's when it looked like from last week's episode with the little study group that was happening, they were gonna go to karaoke, but Ayanoji's like, yeah, actually I pulled an all-nighter, so I'm not feeling too well. I'm gonna go get some rest, actually. But he actually confronts the teacher, and says, pretty much makes a bargain deal with her. And they pretty much go to the scene of what's taking place, and we see Horikita's brother. Now, apparently, he's involved in this situation too, and I guess they're going to work together to prove that Class C was the ones who caused this whole incident with Kariwazawa, with Kay. So then I'm guessing they get in trouble, and I guess the whole deal to the reason why the brother, Horikita's brother, managed to agree to this is him and Ayanoji made some sort of deal that, all right, I'll scratch your back if you scratch my back. And it's the whole thing of, Horikita's brother wants her to be in the student council. Now, why he would want that for her, I have no idea. I guess we'll have to find out, maybe going into the final episode of next week. But it's very interesting from that standpoint. Like, okay, why does why does Horikita's brother want Suzune to be in the student council? Maybe it has something to do with that new student council president. Who knows? Maybe some other things. We don't know. And then, obviously, the episode ends off with the fact that Ayanoji pretty much goes on his own into enemy territory, pretty much outnumbered, and kicks everybody's freaking ass, man. He kicks all of Ryuen's group's ass. Like, he shows up, and Ryuen's like, oh, you finally have shown up. And pretty much, Ayanoji's like, yep, this is, I'm like, yeah, the mastermind, yep, that's me, all right. And it's funny because, he ended up telling the blue-haired girl, like, oh, yeah, that camera incident back in season 1 when it was broken. Yeah, I did that. That was me that did that. So it was crazy. So, one thing I did like is how Kay's eyes lit up when Ayanoji was there. And he's like, well, okay, so I think it's time we throw down and fight now. So let's do this thing. And obviously Ryuen thinks he has the upper hand because he's got the number advantage. And, the moment we see Ryuen's goons end up getting their asses whooped, well, it was only a matter of time before we would think Ryuen would get his butt kicked. And the crazy thing is, throughout this whole thing, Ayanokji gives the same look, like he's not even worried. Not even worried in the slightest. He manages to knock out the blue-haired chick. Again, I don't remember these people's names. And then that's when he goes up against Ryuen, man. And what a damn good fight, man. The fight altogether, this entire episode, Ayanokoji's brawl, I guess you can say. It looked really good animated-wise. Really good, really fluid. And like I said, the fight between Ayanokoji and Ryuen, that was something to behold, because every shot Ayanokji gave Ryuen, it made me feel so good, because it's like, no, he deserves to get hit for messing with our girl Horikita, freaking all these other people who didn't deserve it, especially freaking Kay. And we actually find out too that Kay actually sent Ayanokji an email saying help. So this alerted Ayanokji, like, okay, she's in trouble. I need to go do something. I need to go into action. It's more than likely Ryuen that's causing this whole issue. And this whole thing about this fight between Ryuen and Ayanokji is kind of this whole stance of like what truly is fear and how when will you feel it. And the thing is, Ryuen wants to have Ayanokji feel fear. He wants him to be afraid. He wants him to know that violence is always the answer to these issues, and it's the most powerful thing. And he wants Ayanokji to be fearful of Ryuen. He wants to stick it into his head like, oh, okay, you may escape this fight. You may take your girl and escape this fight, but let me know. I'm gonna make sure I make your life a living hell. And when you slip up, I'm gonna get you. And it's gonna be a fearful life for you that you're going to live. But we see in this fight, Ayanokoji's not even worried. And more importantly, in this fight with Ryuen, he's dodging him fairly easily. And you can see that this dude, Ayanokji, is straight up holding back. Like there's some point Ayanokji gets pretty much pinned behind the wall, or pinned up against this wall, and he ends up taking some shots from Ryuen. And at the same time, he's not worrying. Ryuen's just on his whole, stuff talking about, I'm gonna make you feel fear. I'm gonna make you be fearful of me. All these shots you're taking, you're gonna get scared. But Ayanokoji's like, okay, whatever. And then he ends up pinning Ryuen to the ground after knocking him down, and that's when he just gets on him and he just like boom, 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 just smacking this guy. Blood's falling out of this guy. And the thing is, they're talking back and forth about this whole fear factor of like, again, Ryuen's taunting like, I don't care, you can keep punching me, you can get away from this situation, but I'm gonna freaking make sure you feel fear and make sure every time you slip up, I will get you. And it comes to this point where Ryuen thinks that Ayanokoji's going to break. He's gonna feel fearful of the aspect of that. Well, guess what? Now that Ryuen knows it's Ayanokoji, he's gonna have a back on his target. But Ayanokoji looks at him and he gives the same stern look, like he's not fearful of him. And we do get some backstory, flashback into Ryuen and the fact that how he became the person he became. But Ryuen looked up at Ayanokji. He gave him that look like, dude, I'm not scared of you. It doesn't matter what you say. I'm not afraid of you. If anything, you need to be afraid of me. And he saw that look, and Ryuen got very freaking scared. And he was the one that was in fear, because he was like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Ayanokji knocks him out. He is beat up to a freaking pulp. Guy's got freaking mashed up, jawline, got black lips. You can tell this guy, Ayanokji, freaking beat the shit out of him. After he goes to console Kay, pretty much he's like, listen, I apologize for freaking letting you take all that. I would envision you're mad at me. And Kay's like, yes, I am upset at you for what you did. She goes and say, and pretty much it's the whole thing of, she's mad at the fact that he didn't show up sooner, and then she's mad at the fact that, in a way, he's been using her this entire time. But at the end of the day, she ended up, and she had this moment where she actually admitted to the fact that even though he was, Ayanokji was using her, she ended up the fact that she honestly liked it. She honestly liked being around him and honestly liked assisting him, even if it was for his own personal gain. And I just love the whole aspect, how he consoles her and he's like, listen, I apologize for what I did, but I had to do things for my best interest. But if there's one thing I can always promise you is that I will protect you no matter what, and I will protect you pretty much forever. So, yeah, that's where the episode ends off. No post-credit stuff. Next week will be the last episode of season 2 of Classroom of the Elite. It's already confirmed we got a season 3. But man, I can't wait to see how the season is going to end. Our boy Ayanokji saved our girl Kay, and freaking beat the ever living hell out of Ryuen, which was very satisfying. But anyways, guys, how we get out of here? If you guys liked the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of Classroom of the Elite, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Classroom of the Elite content or any other anime I upload to the channel. Again, Fall of Anime 2022 is going to be coming in 2 weeks, and there's going to be a lot of good shows that I can't wait to watch, man. It's going to be a very good, very, very good fall that I'm looking forward to. But anyways, guys, catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, peace.